Everywhere we look, we see color. It's an important part of life and also plays an important role in design. Colors can help us decide what food we can eat. It can alert us of danger. And it also helps us make choices throughout the course of our day. Understanding color and the way that we see color will help you become a better designer and artist. So what exactly is color? It is the property of what we see when we interact with light and other objects. In its simplest form, light hits an object and is either absorbed or reflected back into our eyes. Light travels in waves, and when the different wavelengths reach the cones of our eyes, we see what we call color, or the reflected light waves from the object. The biggest source of light in our solar system is, of course, the sun. The sun emits pure white light. Actually, it's not white at all. It is a combination of all of the different wavelengths combined. When all of the wavelengths combine and reflect back into our eyes, we see what we call white color. Each color as we know it is actually just a different wavelength. Red has the longest wavelength with a small frequency. Orange has a shorter wavelength than red. Yellow is shorter than orange, then green, cyan, blue, and violet. Violet has the highest frequency with the shortest wavelength. Once the wavelength gets shorter than violet, we get ultraviolet, and it is no longer perceived naturally by the human eye. White light is a combination of all of these wavelengths adding together. As the light travels from the sun, it hits different objects, and those wavelengths can either be absorbed into that object or reflected back to our eyes. As light is absorbed and reflected, we begin to see different colors. Take for an example an image of a red apple. The apple in essence isn't really red. The apple is just an object that absorbs every color but red. And that red light is reflected back to us, and we interpret this as the color red. This goes for all of the other colors on the color spectrum. Green is all colors except green reflected back to us. The same goes for orange, blue, violet, and so on. When we see something white, it is because the object isn't absorbing any of the wavelengths, and they are all being reflected back to us. And here's a little secret. Black isn't really a color at all. We see black when all of the light wavelengths are fully absorbed into the object. Black is just the absence of color. However, in design, we need a way to describe this, so we just label it as the color black. So how does this help as a designer? By understanding the basic principles of light and color, you will have a better foundation of the way color works in different mediums, whether through digital images, through print, or through any other medium available to artists. Because color is so important to our everyday lives, it's very important to understand the basics of how color works, how it can be mixed or manipulated, and how you can apply it to your work. Colors can express mood or emotion. They can help draw attention to what you want the viewer to see, and they can provide information to the viewer in the design itself. Choosing the right colors can help express your point, and choosing the wrong colors can turn the viewer away, and in some cases, even offend different cultures. You will learn all about color meanings, pairing colors, and choosing the right colors. But first, let us start with the basic properties of color in design. In the next lecture, you will learn the basic terminology of different color properties and begin to build a framework of working with color.